Holding the railing, Y or N was carefully climbing down from the stairs. It's way more hard than she imagined. Suddenly she realized it can harm the baby. She read somewhere that it's not good for a pregnant woman to climb so many stairs. Y or N? It's okay, sweetheart, we will eat cotton candy later. You safety is first, she said, caressing her tummy, and climbed back again. Y or N stopped, seeing Lara standing in the edge of the stairs. Her eyes darkened seeing Lara, but she ignored her and was about to walk past her when she said, Lara, you know what, Miss Psycho, you make my work easy. Saying that, Lara pushed Y or N from the stairs before she could process anything. Taehyung ran to the place and his heartbeat skip, seeing Y or N rolling down from the stairs until she hardly fall on the ground. He got frozen when blood started coming from her head and lower area. Taehyung rushed to her and placed her head in his lap. Taehyung, YN, hey. He patted her cheeks with his trembling hands. Lara gulped and wiped her sweat. Taehyung was sitting in the waiting area of the hospital. The doctors take Y or N inside the emergency room. His shirt is covered with her blood. His eyeballs are fixed in the floor. The waves of fear is filled inside him. Lots of negative thoughts are coming in his mind. Lara came and stand in front of Taehyung. Lara, how's she? Taehyung doesn't reply. Lara, I tried to stop her, but she suddenly jumped from the stairs without any reason. Hearing it, Taehyung looked up at Lara. He was staring at her for some time and then moved his gaze to the floor again. Lara sighed in relief. Taehyung doesn't react means he didn't saw her pushing Y or N from the stairs. The doctor come out and Taehyung rushed to him. Taehyung, how's my YN? Doctor, sorry to say but she got a miscarriage. Taehyung felt the sky fall on his head hearing the doctor. His hands turned cold. He lost the strength to stand straight. He was about to fall but Lara held him. Lara, Kim, it's okay. She made him sit on a chair. It's been 2 hours since Taehyung is sitting on the chair like a statue. He doesn't talk nor even move. He isn't even crying. Another evil plan was running in Lara's mind. She placed her hand in Taehyung's shoulder and started speaking. Lara, I'm sorry for your loss, Kim. I really don't know why Y or N did this. For her you're suffering. She is so rude and stubborn. She just think about herself. Lara stopped and looked at Taehyung. She noticed him clenching his jaw in anger. Lara, actually I wanted to tell you something about Y or N for so long. I think today is the time. Y or N is a murderer. She killed her own grandfather. Taehyung quickly looked up and turned his gaze to Lara. Lara, she is a spoiled rich girl who always take what she wants by hook or crook. She used to beat and bully her classmates just like she did with me and Nancy. She used to torture the maids. Taehyung, how did you know all this? Lara, you know my bodyguard Steve, he was YN's late grandfather's bodyguard before. I can show you how mercilessly she killed her own grandfather. Lara take out her phone and saw Taehyung a video. It's a CCTV footage. Taehyung saw Y or N was standing there with an old man. Suddenly she take the flower vase and hit the old man in his head. The old man fall on the ground but doesn't lose his consciousness. He tried to get up, but Y or N take out a knife from her dress and started stabbing him aggressively. The whole room filled with blood, and after 10 minutes, Y or N stopped stabbing her already dead grandfather. She backed away and the video ended here. Taehyung, from where did you get this? He asked in a dry voice. Lara, from Steve. He kept this footage with him since 7 years. Taehyung, and why did he give you this? Lara, of course for money. After the death of YN's grandfather, her father take her with him and destroy all the evidence which was against her except for this clip. Lara, this footage was with Steve, and he have been taking money from YN's father for this since 7 years by blackmailing him. And when I give him huge amount of money, he gives me the footage. Taehyung, why does she kill him? Lara, he probably doesn't fulfill her few demands. I told you Y or N is a spoiled girl and the only thing she can do is to kill innocent people. She's a murderer. Taehyung, she killed her own child. She killed your child. Hearing that, Taehyung jump up from his seat and walk away. Lara leaned her back on the chair and smirk. Taehyung was restlessly walking outside the hospital. His mind is clouded with lots of thoughts. His phone buzzed and he got a call from the doctor. He placed his phone in his ear. Doctor, Mr. Kim, Ms. Y or N gained her consciousness and got to know about her miscarriage. She's acting aggressively. Please come fast. Taehyung went inside Wyen's cabin and saw everything is messy. Yn is screaming and crying and two nurses were holding her tightly. Taehyung tell the nurses to leave her. They do as he says and left from there, leaving both of them alone. Taehyung sit on the bed in front of Yn. She jump on him and hold his hands tightly. Yn. Tae, take me out from here. They're bad. They're saying the baby is no more. Taehyung. They said the truth. The baby is no more. Yn. You're talking like them too. I know the baby is here in my tummy. She's fine and healthy, I know. Taehyung. There's nothing there. The baby died. My baby died and you killed it. Yn. I didn't kill our baby. I know it's fine. Taehyung. It's not fine. Yn. The baby is not fine anymore. The baby is dead. Yn. No, you're lying. The baby is fine, right? Tell me our baby is fine. She rested her head in his chest and clenched his shirt, but Taehyung slowly pushed her away from himself. Taehyung. I can't do it anymore. Yn. I'm tired. Yn. Huh. Taehyung. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of your selfish and aggressive behavior. Let's end this. Yn. End what? Taehyung. I can't stay with you. Yn. I can't. I have my enough. Yn. What do you mean? Taehyung. I mean I'm leaving you. Did you understand now?Yn's mind stopped working. She couldn't process what he just said. Is her biggest fear is coming true? Yn. Tae, I'm not feeling well. Please let's go home. The baby is also tired. Taehyung. Yes, Yn, we will go home. I will go back to my home and you're going to your home. And the baby is not tired, the baby is free. Congratulations, you finally killed my child. Yn. I didn't kill our child. It was Lara. It was Lara who pushed me from the stairs. She screamed. At this moment she realized she has lost her everything. She lost her child. She lost her love. Yn. Lara. That Lara, I will kill her. Her whole face become red. She become aggressive again. Yn took a scissor from the tray. She jumped down from the bed and started walking towards the door. Taehyung hold her forearm and turn her towards him. Taehyung. Where are you going? Yn. I will kill that Lara today. She pushed Taehyung and turned to the door again. Hearing the noise, few nurses and Lara run inside.Yn's eyes turn red seeing Lara in front of her. Now she just wants to split her throat. She run and was about to stab Lara, but Taehyung come in between and he got stabbed in his shoulder. Blood started coming out, but it doesn't affect Yn at all. The only thing which is running in her mind is she have to kill Lara. Taehyung was looking at Yn with wide eyes. It's the same Yn who used to cry if he had headache only, but today she didn't even look at him at once after stabbing him. A nurse quickly pushed an injection in Yn. Her body trembled and she was about to fall, but Taehyung hold her before her body get contacted with the hard floor. He carried her and make her laid down on the bed. He cover her weak body with the thin blanket and walk out from her cabin. As soon as Taehyung stepped out fromYn's room, Lara hugged him tightly. Lara. She was about to kill me, Taehyung. I got so afraid. She's dangerous. Taehyung placed his hands on Lara's shoulder. Lara smirked thinking he will hug her back, but instead he pulled her away from him. He looked at her face and asked, Taehyung, did you push Yn from the stairs? Lara's facial expression changed. Her face became pale and she gulped. Lara. I didn't. I'm not a killer like her. I can never hurt anyone. Taehyung nodded and walked away while taking out her phone. Lara. Whom are you calling? Taehyung. I'm callingYn's father. He will come here to take care of her. I break up with Yn and I have nothing to do with her. Lara hid her evil smirk of victory and pretended to be surprised. Lara. What are you saying, Kim? You broke up with Yn? Taehyung looked down and nodded his head slowly. Lara. Are you sure you want to break up with her? I mean, if you ask me, I'd tell that you did a great job. 'Cause a woman who can kill her own child won't hesitate to kill anyone. Taehyung make a fist and clenched his jaw. Taehyung. Ms. Lara, I think you should go home now. It's very late. Lara. Aren't you going? Taehyung. I will go afterYn's father came. Lara. Then I will stay with you. Taehyung doesn't argue more and callYn's father. After few minutes,Yn's dad come to the hospital. Mr. Augustus. How's Yn? Taehyung. She is fine but she got miscarriage. Because of her we lost our unborn child. Mr. Augustus. What does she do? Taehyung, as a father, I'm sure you're aware of your daughter's behavior. Mr. Augustus nodded slowly. Guilt was clear in his face. Taehyung, I can't stay with your daughter anymore. I'm sorry, sir. Mr. Augustus, it's okay, I understand, and I'm sorry for the trouble she caused for you. Taehyung, it was in my fate. Anyways, I'm going. You know, your daughter have a mindset of self-harm and she do it couple of times. I hope you'll hire a caretaker for her as soon as possible. Mr. Augustus, I will, don't worry. Taehyung, I don't want to be worried for her anymore. Let's go, Miss Lara. Saying that he walk away and Lara followed him. Mr. Augustus walked inside Wyan's cabin and saw she's sleeping. Her face is pale. He walked towards her and caresses her hair. Mr. Augustus, why are you like this? Yn? See, even the man you love madly leave you for your behavior. The next morning, Mr. Augustus is staring at his daughter's face with so much sadness in his eyes. He thought finally his daughter find her happiness and she can live her life normally, but like every time her mental illness ruin everything. He's worried cause he knows how much his daughter loved Taehyung. Last night Yn create a big mess after waking up. The nurses had to inject her sleeping medicines. Now it's 10 a.m. and Yn is still sleeping. Lara rang the doorbell of Taehyung's apartment. 10 minutes passed, but still he didn't open the door. After the third bell, Taehyung opened the door for Lara. Lara widened her eyes seeing him. His eyes are red, hairs are messy, clothes are shriveled. He's looking like a completely different person. Taehyung, please come inside, Ms. Lara. He moved a bit and allowed her to come inside the small apartment. Lara is on the couch next to Taehyung. Lara, what have you done to yourself, Kim? I couldn't even recognize you. Suddenly Taehyung hugged Lara tightly. Taehyung, I couldn't forget about her, Ms. Lara. Everything in this place make me miss her, though I don't want to. I keep remembering about her. Lara, you have to move on, Kim. Give me a chance, I really like you. Taehyung, help me, Miss Lara. Help me to forget her. Lara, let's go on a date tomorrow. I will make you forget her and will help you to remove her from your life fully. Taehyung broke the hug and nodded his head. Taehyung, but why did you come alone, Ms. Lara? It's not safe for you to come outside alone. Yn can do anything. You need a bodyguard. Lara, you're right. I will bring Steve with me from next time. The next day, Taehyung was getting ready for the date when he get a call from Wyan's father. He quickly received the call, knowing it's urgent. Mr. Augustus, Taehyung, does Yn go to you? Taehyung, no, she didn't. Where's she? He panicked. Mr. Augustus, I don't know. I was paying the hospital bills and then when I go back to her cabin, she wasn't there. Taehyung, what kind of father you are? You can't even take care of your own daughter. He run out from the bedroom. He need to find Yn before she does anything to herself. Suddenly, someone started ringing the doorbell continuously. Taehyung opened the door and saw Yn. She jumped on Taehyung as soon as she saw him. Taehyung, Mr. Augustus, your daughter is with me. Please come and take her. Saying that, he cut the call. Yn was hugging Taehyung tightly and is not ready to let him go. Yn, why did you left me in that hospital? Tae, I was looking for you. Me and the baby missed you so much. She pecked his chest. Taehyung pushed her away from him. Taehyung, stay away from me. Yn, we're over now. Yn, are you still angry at me? Okay, I'm sorry. Taehyung, your sorry won't bring my baby back. Yn, baby, where did she go? She's right here with me, she said, caressing her tummy. Taehyung, then stay with that imaginary baby of yours. I can't tolerate you anymore. Saying that, he pushed her aside and walked out. Yn followed him from behind. Yn, Tae, where are you going? Please don't leave me. I love you so much. Taehyung stopped and turned to Yn. He holdYn's forearm tightly and look at her with burning gaze. Taehyung, you don't love me. Yn, you're just obsessed with me. A car stops in front of them and Lara come out. Lara, Kim, what is she doing here?Yn's eyes darken hearing her voice. She jump on her and grab her throat. Steve quickly come in between and push Yn hardly on the ground. Her skin got bruises falling on the hard concrete road. At the same time,Yn's father come while running. Yn felt someone tore her heart when Taehyung cupped Lara's cheeks and asked with concern, Taehyung, Ms. Lara, are you alright? Lara nodded her head, pretended to be so afraid. Taehyung wrapped his hands around her shoulder and make her sit inside the car. He also sit in the car next to Lara and closed the door. Taehyung looked at Y or N through the window and saw she's staring at the car with her tears continuously falling. Her nose are running and lips form into a pout, just like a little innocent child. But her eyes were screaming how hurt she is. Steve drive the car away from the place. Mr. Augustus was checking Ryan's wounds, but inside him he became panicked and restless seeing Steve. What if he say something to Taehyung or anyone? He helped Y or N to stand on her feet and take her to his car. She followed him like lost puppy. Taehyung was lost in his thoughts when Lara speak. Lara, where do you want to go on our first date, Kim? Taehyung, Lara, Kim, Taehyung, huh? Lara, where are you lost? Taehyung, no, nowhere. Lara, where do you want to go? Taehyung, I'm sorry, Ms. Lara, but I just want to go home now. Can you please tell Steve to turn the car? Lara, sure. She forced a smile, hiding her anger. Lara, Kim, I think you should change the apartment. Taehyung, why? Lara, you said everything around that place make you remember about Y or N, and she also know where you are, so she will come regularly to bother you. You can't move on from her like this. Taehyung, you're right. I should change the apartment next month. Lara, you need to do it as soon as possible. Taehyung, but it will take time find a place. Lara, no, I own a small house near our office. You can stay there. Taehyung, in that case you have to take rent from me. Lara, okay, fine, as your wish. Mr. Augustus was checking his phone. He's looking for a caretaker for Y or N. He gives all the information about Y or N and offer a good amount for salary as well. But only 2 people come for interview this morning, and they're not good enough to handle Y or N. When Mr. Augustus introduced Y or N to them, she became angry and attacked on them. He's now very worried. Suddenly someone knocked on the door. Mr. Augustus looked up and saw a middle-aged woman. Ms. Eevee. Hello, Mr. Augustus. I'm Eevee. I came here for interview. After taking Eevee's interview, Mr. Augustus understands she can take care of Y or N very well. Mr. Augustus. Okay. One last question. You know my daughter is lunatic, right? Are you sure you can take care of her? Ms. Eevee. Don't worry, sir, I came here after knowing everything. Mr. Augustus. Good. Then it's time to meet my daughter. Mr. Augustus take Ms. Eevee to Ryan's room. She was sitting on the bed like a statue. Dry tears are visible in her face. Mr. Augustus, YN. He called her softly, but she doesn't respond nor look at him. Mr. Augustus, Y or N, this is Ms. Eevee. She'll stay with you from now on. Y or N clenched the bedsheet and look at them with her red eyes. Y or N, how many times I have to tell you I don't want any stranger around me? Tell her to go. Ms. Eevee, Y or N, dear, you can consider me as your friend. Y or N, I said tell her to go. She take the lamp from bedside table and throw it to them. Luckily, it doesn't hurt any of them. Eevee walked towards Y or N and tried to hold her, but she jerked her hands away and started being aggressive. Suddenly, Eevee whispered something to Y's ear, and she calmed down. She looked at Eevee with hope in her eyes. Y or N, really? You can do that? Eevee nodded her head. Y or N smiled at her, making her father shock. Mr. Augustus. What did you said to my daughter? He asked after coming out from her room. Eevee. It's a secret between us, sir. Mr. Augustus. Fine. You're hired, but yeah, you have to make sure that you didn't make my daughter angry at any cost. As he finds a good caretaker for his daughter, Mr. Augustus' worry has decreased a little, but still he can't relax fully. He needs to talk with Steve. He take out his phone and called Steve. After 2 rings, he heard Steve's voice from the other side. Mr. Augustus, didn't I tell you to leave the town? Steve, calm down, sir, I was just doing my work. Mr. Augustus, I give you enough money every month. Steve, money can never be enough. The more we got, the more we want. Oh, by the way, is your daughter okay? I push her really hard now. I'm afraid she's coming to kill me just like she killed her grandfather. Sarcasm was clear in his voice. Mr. Augustus, don't you dare to say a word about my daughter to anyone. Steve, don't worry, your daughter's dark secret is safe with me until you stop giving me money. And yeah, I need $10,000 before morning. Mr. Augustus. What? I already give you money this month. Steve. Oh, I remember your daughter's ex-boyfriend is now my boss's new boyfriend. I think they will love to know a lot about Ms. Y or N. Augustus. Mr. Augustus. Fine. I will send you money. He cut the call. He's feeling a little relief thinking Steve doesn't tell anyone about YN's secret, not knowing he already sell the evidence to Lara. Mr. Augustus turned around and saw Y or N is standing behind him. Y or N? Were you talking to William Augustus' bodyguard, Dad? Mr. Augustus. No, dear, I was talking with my employee. Y or N? William Augustus' bodyguard was bad like him. I should also teach him a lesson, right, Dad? Augustus. YN. Go to your room and take rest. Y or N? Yeah, you're right. Baby is also tired. Saying that, she walked towards her room. Mr. Augustus take a deep breath and rub his forehead. Y or N thinks she's still pregnant. She isn't accepting the truth. It's 12 a.m. at night. Steve was sleeping, but he jumped up from his sleep hearing a sound. He looked around the room and saw the window is open. Steve noticed window sashes are swinging and hitting each other because of stormy wind. He get up from his bed and went to close the window. He closed the window and turned around only to see someone in black hoodie standing just behind him. At night, Eevee went to YN's room to check on her. She opened the door of her room and saw the whole room is dark and the bed is empty. At first, she thought Y or N is in the washroom, but then she noticed the bathroom door is wide open. Soon she realized Y or N is not in her room.